All right, we're back. Right, started. Guess everybody's hiding out. Hmm, oh my. But no, I can't. Hmm. God damn it. Why is it acting like that tonight? It's like it don't want my damn fucking thing on the damn board. That's three. Goddamn, come on, man. Goddamn time. Takes 5 fucking times. But,
Hey y'all.
hello.
How are you?
Oh, same old, same old.
At least I changed my username and all that to Mommy Kitten Gaming because I do gaming.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I can't seem to catch up on damn sleep. I don't know what it is. It's like, I don't know. I'm doing good for a minute when I'm asleep, and then it's like, I don't know. Whatever it is that's out there tries to drain me, and it hits me
Mm.
later on. It don't hit me right away. What's up, Hensley?
What's up, Hensley? That live stream we did, it was fun. Everybody was changing their names and all.
Yeah, but yeah, I got to figure out a way to come back down and get back to normal. I don't know. Doing one every day is like exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be kind of, at first it's like, okay, this is going to be easy. But after you actually do it and you're constantly
Yeah.
on like hour
Mm-hmm.
after hour, it's like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I need to take a break off this shit. Oh, I'm good, bro. It's just I'm drained. Like I go to sleep and I get up, I'm all right for a minute, and then it's like my body just wants to shut down again. Which I know now tomorrow, since it's not 12 yet our time. Tomorrow, I know I got to do one during the daytime because Wednesday morning my friend wants me to stay at their house from 8 to 12 because the uh, whatever it is, uh, uh, what is it? Damn. Uh, what was it? Oh, oh yeah, the cable guy. She accidentally gave him the wrong account number, and we waited and waited that day, and nobody showed. So they told her that it'd be Wednesday, or not tomorrow, but the day after it from 8 to 12. So I'm going to have to stay there from 8 to 12 instead of doing a like, uh, doing like a late one. I'm going to have to do an early one because, you know, it's just, me having to stay over there
Hey,
4 hours.
David.
What's up, Dave? Oh, yeah. with me having to stay over there, I'm just gonna have to kind of get up early that morning and go over there
Oh,
and
hey, Brent.
stay. It's going, it'll be all right. I mean, I'll just have to get some sleep tomorrow night because just sitting there hour after hour, not knowing what hour they're coming or anything.
There's a lot of people coming today to your stream.
Huh?
There's a lot of people coming to your stream. There's like 9 people watching.
Um, but
Cause I was on Grinch's stream, live stream, and then I came down over here because the support. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, Red.
whatever it is out
Hey,
there.
Dubs. Hey, Bill.
What's up through the bell?
Hey,
Real.
Chaos. No, Chaos awaits.
Let me see who's going to come up. Oh, Hensley. What's up, Hensley?
What's up, Hensley? How are you?
Hey, I wasn't talking about taking a break from like all your investigations.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about maybe you need to take a break from that cemetery because
Well, I mean,
whatever's
it's
there
not
might be
that
draining you.
well, I mean, that's what I've told everybody, and I know you, real people that's actually seen my live streams knows that it's not a game. I'm dealing with like more than one entity, and it's like also whatever it is that's over by that shed. We know it's evil, but it's not doing anything, but it's just there, and it's causing not. That's like David got a headache one night. Um, David got a headache one night, and David got a headache one night, and Rail got a headache last night, and um, David's Wi-Fi goes fucking crazy when I go past that building. His Wi-Fi usually just goes ape shit, and I know there's something there because, as I told y'all last night, I got chills so damn bad it was going up my butt crack. I mean, that's how bad the chills were. And chills doesn't mean you have fear. Chills just means, like with me, I can sense something around me that's not normal, And I know something's there, like Rev said, something is there. David said something is there. Carrie has said something is there. It's something there because it plays with David's internet. It plays with Carrie a lot of times. I mean, it's crazy. But what I'm saying is, like, when I'm asleep, it's like I get up, I'm okay for a few. I can eat, I'm okay. And then it's like my body just starts trying to go back downhill. And I'm like, okay, I know what this is. This is, like the nights I've said something's grabbed my vertebrae trying to drain my energy. I think it's just from those nights I really didn't, go to bed when I should have. I just stayed up and thinking I'm going to be all right the next few hours. And that's not how it has been,
Yeah, I'm just worried about your health.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I mean, the thing about it, like I said last night, even though I got chills, I didn't feel, it's like, I don't know if Vince was around me or if George was around me, but something made it to where it was peaceful. That's the reason I even went up in the graveyards, because it was peaceful. So something, I believe it's really George, because I believe out of the good spirits over there, George is like the ghost rider. He knows how to keep stuff in check, no matter if there is an entity there. He knows how to keep it in check. And I get that feeling. Now, if he's not around or nothing's around, then I start getting like chills. They'll go away, get more chills, and it's like, I know something's around, and it's like I keep my eyes peeled.
Are you going to go back out there tonight?
Hey, Eli.
No?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk out that way and see exactly what goes on tonight. I mean,
Right on.
every night is different, as y'all know. Y'all have seen it for yourself. Every
Indeed.
night is different. we may go out there and nothing may happen. I mean, we may hear like noises or something like that, or know something's there, but that may be it. But then it may be a night that activity goes crazy, you know. That's
Michael,
like
Grinch
last
is in the
night.
basement.
I heard that something drop again.
Michael,
Yeah.
basement.
Grinch
Hey,
is in
Big
the
Hole.
basement.
Hey, everybody in the chat room that said hi. I didn't see you.
Wow. But
Check the basement, babe.
He is.
Hey, Grinch, or Outlaw, Grinch is backstage.
Is he?
I
Can you
called the
hear us?
basement. Sorry.
Outlaw.
here.
He's working on it.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't know he heard us.
I know. I wasn't trying to be rude. You know.
Nope. Check the basement.
I've already seen the basement. Yeah.
Grinch says he's in the basement, but I don't know. I can't see it, so that's one thing I wish that StreamYard would do is give somebody secondary host rights, you know?
No.
Whereas if somebody else is incapacitated in whatever form, fashion, that somebody else has backup rights. You know, that would be awesome.
But yeah, I know something like in the graveyard. You know, like I said, after the night that I did what I did, you know, I said I was going with a different attitude. And last night I felt something kept trying to do what the one did. But see, I was in a mindset that you're not going to get me to, you know, to do it again. You know, no matter how hard you try, you're not going to get me to push those limits, because honestly, that night I could have had a heart attack and not even known it, you know, because my heart didn't feel like it was beating. I was so upset to where my mind wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be back in that place. Like I've said time and time again, I just don't want to be there. You know, I want to have a clear mind and know the purpose I'm going out there for. Even if it does get rough, you know, I know it may get rough sooner or later because I have things watching me like crazy. We know this already.
Okay,
but
I just want to, I want to make a personal statement here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Grinch is saying he ended his stream so that we could all come here and support you.
Mm-hmm.
And he would like to come up on panel and support you. So take that as you will. Let it go. Let it go.
No.
Let it go.
I mean,
and these are my words. Let it go.
Yeah.
It was nothing personal.
Can't do it.
There is nothing personal.
No, nothing personal.
We are all family here.
But I've asked nicely, and nicely seems not to be doing a good job. So, you know,
I'm out of it.
I did the right thing. You know, I tried to be nice.
I'm out of it.
Well, there it goes.
I mean, like I said before, if nobody wants to come my stream because of it, hey, that's more power to them.
Hey,
you know,
everybody's trying to support. So
yeah, but like I said, and I've said it on my live stream, and I'm gonna say it
we
again.
all know, we all get
If
it.
I got beef with you, or if I have a problem with you, and I let it be known, then take it as I said. Don't keep trying to push it. I'm not one to keep trying to push it. And I'm trying to have a good attitude and trying to have the right mindset.
Okay. Do what you want to do.
I'm doing the right thing by not saying anything.
It's not my problem, it's yours. And
you know, and like I said, if people don't like it, I am outlaw. I don't care. I mean, you know. All right, Benny. I mean, people feel how they feel, and that's how it goes. I don't put on pretend shows. Sorry. It's better for me to go play with the evil right now. Let me put this up. Let's see. Okay. Well, I was trying to be nice. I mean, it seems my niceness is not good enough. When I ask people to do certain things, that I don't mean for them to keep trying. If I can't try the first time and make it succeed, or then I mean, either people accept me for who I am or they don't. I mean, it goes that route. I'm not changing who I am. I've been that person. If y'all want to come up, that's fine. But I'm going silent if y'all come up. If the one person comes up, I'm going silent. I'm letting it be known like that. Y'all can talk about whatever. So anybody wants to come up, they can. But like I said, wrong person comes up, y'all can talk about whatever. And then I'll go back and I'll see what I want to see. And then that's it. I mean, that's the thing about me is that if I have feelings towards anybody a certain way, it's not going to change next week. It's not going to change next year. It's not going to change 10 years from now. Because I still have family that I will never talk to because of vendettas. And it's not vendettas like got problems with little things. It's like actual problems. And I'd much rather not talk to them than something happen to them and them disappear or something. You know, I mean, I try to take the right way about it. If y'all want to come up, y'all can. That's fine. I mean, I didn't lie to nobody. I didn't tell nobody that I was going to change my mind. And I'm not going to change my mind. I mean, okay. All right, Hensley, that's cool. You know, I always appreciate you coming by, Hensley. Always, brother. What the hell is that? Something glowing over there. Yeah, tonight's already starting off kind of crazy. Oh, that's the truck. No wonder it's glowing. Hey, David, what's your lava lamp doing? Because I know whatever his lava lamp's doing is usually going to be how it's going. Whoa. All right, brother. Appreciate you coming. Yeah, it's probably going to get kind of active kind of quick because I just heard like a stomp right there. So I'm trying to kind of walk around, see how many footsteps I get tonight because they were all the way around me last night. It's just kind of weird. Yeah, there's cars and stuff out, but yeah, it's by that building because even Rev saw it last night. I mean, that's just how it goes. We already know if your internet goes crazy, let me know, bro. And I'm going back to the house because we know anytime I pass that area, it's been good sometimes. And then, like that night I was out in the middle of the road, you were gone. Your internet was shut down. But that's the building, always the building. You know, it's always that building. But I'm sorry, you guys, that y'all had to hear that. But I mean, it had to be said. And I don't care who likes me or who don't like me afterwards. That's just me. Whoa, okay. I seen an entity. Did you see it, David, on that building? Like down there? There was like an entity on the building, or a spirit. Maybe a spirit more so than an entity. It's like it was just standing there and then it went away. Okay, here we go. Here's our favorite building. This building has more craziness about it now than it ever did. There's the eyes. I see you. Oh, you gonna peek back around the corner? I see you. You keep trying to peek around. That's fine. I see you. We ain't playing hide and go seek because the little girl's back here somewhere. Yeah, there's knocking in that building and it's locked. My light's starting to try to act up too. See, my other light got on low beam and never got back to high beam. And see, it didn't have a switch for low beam. See, this has got a flashlight. Then it's got the SOS, and then it's got the actual floodlight. What are you seeing, David? Hey, Angel. Okay, well, if you go to bed, have a good night, and thank you for coming by. And I love you, and thank you for sticking by me and supporting my channel. Uh, but this is the building before you go to bed, Angel. This is the building that we Whoa, there's a bunch of footsteps around me. This is where the new entity is. And we know it's a evil entity because David in the comments loses internet a lot of times right up in here, or he'll get a headache. Rev got a headache last night right up in this area. And that's why I was saying I have to kind of be careful because I see eyes over here in the graveyard, but yet this building has knocking on the inside of it. And even you know that they locked this building. There's no way to get in this building. And I can hear knocking, but I hear footsteps all the way around me. And my light was messing up on me a second ago. It was trying to go to low beam. And this is a brand new light. All right, who in the comment? Yeah, who in the comment heard that growl? Heard like a growl over in this area. Did anybody else hear that growl? Oh, no. I ain't upset or mad or anything. It's just with the entity being there, I have to kind of watch my back because, see, I have to walk this way to the graveyard, which there's 3 entities over here in the graveyard. And we don't know if the hellhound is over here also. So if the hellhound's somewhere around, then I got to worry about the hellhound, this one, and the ones in the graveyard. So it's like I'm surrounded, but yet George has me calm right now, or Vince, or one of them does. And as I've told you, George is the ghost rider. George seems to keep this graveyard in check. And we found his grave. It's over here on this right side where it's always calm. But George, he was a high-ranking military army specialist, and it's like he is the ghost rider. All right, we're going to try it again tonight. Whoa, I heard speaking. Are you out there? I heard you speak. I'm going to hit this thing 3 times. And give me a 1, 2, or 3. Yeah. Hey, David, did you just get like this feeling that I got chills again? You know, the only time I get chills is when something's around that's not a George or. We know they're around, but how close are they? I heard you moving over there. Hey, George, if you would, please go over there and calm down whatever it is in the graveyard. I got this side. The graveyard, there's the huge entity, and there's the 2 little entities, or normal entities as we'll call them. But it's better for me to do it right now than at 3 o'clock, because it seems like they get uproared at 3 o'clock. And I don't need to be surrounded with all this at 3 o'clock in the morning and nobody awake. But that tombstone right there that I'm pointing the light on, that's where the entity and myself got into it that night. But like I said, I'm not out here for that purpose. I'm out here to help the little girl, George, and Vince. I'm out here to help the good spirits. I'm not out here for the evil. Did somebody hear a child scream? I just heard a child scream. I hear you walking. I hear you walking. Where you at? You behind me, aren't you? Huh. Are you trying to sneak around the sign on me? Make that noise that you did with the what sounded like a metal box dropping last night. Like it's done previous. We know you got some kind of power, so kind of make a box drop sound. Or make a noise. Talk to us. I could debunk that noise. That's some music. I can hear the music off in the distance. I could debunk that one. But whoa. I see that pair of eyes again behind that grave over there. Not the reflecting thing, but see it right there? It's behind that one. There's a pair of eyes just glancing at me. And now the birds are, there's one or two birds starting to act up. I keep hearing walking. Are you trying to walk up on me again? I hear you. Yeah, yeah. Is it over in this area? Because I've heard like the kids' noise come from this area. And then right there where them eyes were. Is that what you're talking about, David? Yeah. Yeah, it's still there. I can see it. Are you getting a sense that I should back up tonight, David, according to what's going on? What the hell was that noise? That sounded like. Let me try to put it into words. It sounded kind of like a goat, but not like a goat. It sounded like a goat, but like a human at the same time. And it sounded like it was coming from over in this area. Yeah, I see that pair of eyes. It's still back there. I just saw a white mist out here. Who's trying to make themselves known? I heard you walking. Hit this sign, please. Heard walking again. Now I'm hearing crackling right behind me. And there's nothing to crackle on. I hear you moving over here. Are you coming towards me? Now I hear running in there. And as y'all see, there's no human. Whoa. Y'all see that right there? Like I'm going to hold it still. Whoa. Sounds like running and walking all up through there. But right there was like a black mist that just appeared. And It looked like it was trying to lay down. Yeah, my light's starting to try to go down. Heard a knock on a grave or something. There's probably a couple pairs of eyes over there because we know they've been watching from over there. I hear you walking. And it's not even midnight yet, and it's already getting active. I hear walk. Ooh, something tapped on the fence over there. If that was you, make that sound again. I heard you tap on the fence. Y'all see this though? Like how the graves just seem to want to light up? Because I'm standing right here, and anybody that knows about this graveyard knows it's darker than anything once you walk up in there. Them graves are trying to light up again. I heard something breathe in my ear. What's up, JBD? Hey, hey, David, are you getting a sense something's right next to me or very close? Because I just heard something breathe in my ear. And it sounded like it was over my shoulder. I hear you walking. Whoa. Sound like something dropped over there. Like a big tub or something. Are you trying to make yourself known? Did anybody hear that? It sounded like a man trying to talk up in this area. Well, see, over here, David, it sounded like a big box dropped. And over here, I heard a man talk. I don't know. I just, something's on my shoulder or on my side or something. Because I heard it breathe. And it's like you got silent all of a sudden. It just got silent. Even the graveyard got silent. I don't know. That man's voice distinctly came from up in this area. I hear you walking up on me again. What's up, JBD? You come up if you want to, bro. Let me send the link out. All right, did somebody hear the tapping again? I just heard tapping again. And we know it sounds like a tombstone, but still, there's not anything over there. Well, not anything. Whoa, what the hell was that noise? I hear you walking. Something made a noise up in here like it was trying to make a sound or something. I hear you walking around over there. Hey, David, are you getting... Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know if you're getting the same sense I am, David, but sounds like a bunch of them going different ways. And I don't know, it's just like something's telling me something's behind me trying to make me react to it, I guess, so one of these can attack. I don't know. That's the reason I'm keeping a close eye, because I know whatever's out here, I'm not saying that one's not dangerous, but the one that's out here, the biggest one, is the most threat. What the hell? Sounded like a cat up in there, and there's no cat. Because if there was a cat, I'd done seen it run or something, but I've not seen anything run. That's crazy. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, yeah. So it's an evil one, but we don't know if it's like the huge one, or I think it's kind of like the hellhound is seeking out information and trying to give it to them. I don't know, because it hasn't done any. Well, it. Let me go back and say this: it's affected your internet. It's gave you a headache. It's gave Rev a headache. So yeah. Hey, Bubbles. Whoa. Not here talking over there. Hey, David, are you getting the sense I am that something's not right about now? Because I'm hearing footsteps again all the way around me. Not only in the graveyard, but all the way around me. Yeah, well, that's something. But the one that's near that building or whatever is obviously the one that Real was talking about, that's evil, up towards that building, that you lose your internet sometimes. I just don't know. It's like getting silent now, except for the running I hear and the walking. Huh. And y'all notice something? Look at this. There's smoke actually in front of my lens, and I have no smoke. It's just my light. It even smells like smoke. Okay. Is somebody trying to give me a sign? Whoa, I heard heavy running that time. Whoa. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of ease back a little because I seen a pair of eyes stand up. It was up in this area. Then it vanished. Anybody that don't know, this graveyard is it's like no other graveyard. This graveyard is got its own distinct stuff in it. Huh. Yeah. The one that the evil that's behind me, I think it's trying to sneak up on me. Cause I not Dave, but the other one. The ones by this building, cause I keep hearing heavy down footsteps. And we know there's nobody out here but me, but I keep hearing them. And I know, I don't know, something's telling me to watch this building because we know what's out there. And we know Dave's just running around. He ain't trying to cause any harm, but the evil one, I don't know. I just get this sense it's trying to do something or plan something. And as soon as I said that, something started knocking over there. And there's no wind out here, so if that flagpole's doing what it did that night with no wind, it might be one of the good ones giving me a sign. Whoa. Holy crap. Y'all see where I'm pointing that light? Right up in there, I seen a big black mist come up out of the ground. That's the reason I'm trying to watch both sides, because, yeah, now I see a pair of eyes around that grave. Huh. Yeah, it got worse when the night that we saw I was in the graveyard and I turned around and it looked like a dog and it looked at me. I mean, it stared me down like it wanted me for lunch. And I mean, it stared me down and, well, I started walking back across the street and this dog didn't take off running or anything. But by the time I got across the street and flashed the light down towards the end of the sidewalk, it was gone. And then David come back and told me that the lava lamp had gave off that it was a hellhound. Well, ever since then, things have gotten kind of hectic. Meaning I have to, I'm at a calm state right now. Y'all can see I'm not, hold on. Let's see. Here we go. See, no chill bumps, no nothing. And it's not real hot out here either. So, but anytime I get chills, I can sense something's bad. Well, when I came out here, I sensed, something wasn't right, which it may be this area because there's a spirit named Dave that runs from up there back this way. He's no harm. He's a he's a spirit that's just running, I guess, kind of curious. But the spirit that's up in here has made David lose his internet connection. It's giving him a headache. And last night it even gave Rev a headache coming by this building. But this has all started since that hellhound came out. And you can ask anybody that saw it. I mean, you can go back and look at my video, but there was no dog that night. And I flashed my light down to the end of the sidewalk. And that dog wasn't running. So where'd it go? It disappeared in thin air. But as many times as it's affected David's internet, that was a sign something's wrong. Then with him getting a headache and Rev getting a headache from it, then, the there was more, and that's the reason I keep asking Dave. Yeah, right now, and you see where I am, Dave, how close I am to the fence line. I'm about 30, 40 yards from there, meaning I'm not right up on it. And that's why I told you I'm going to start trying to walk the line because it seems like the closer. Let me see. I'm going to just test it, David. Just let me know when it starts acting up because I'm going a little closer, but I'm on. When it starts acting up, let me know or you get a headache. CT, right there. Is that close, David? Okay, you're starting to have a headache or your internet starting to act up right here. I see them eyes glowing out there. Yep, there's a pair of glowing eyes out there. And see, I can take my light down and they're still glowing. That's the weird thing about them. So, David, are you getting a headache or your internet starting to act up right here? Yeah, yeah. And see, I'm about 20 yards from the building. But that's the reason I haven't been going towards it is because I know you have trouble when I do go towards it. And, Rev, that's the reason I stay closer to the fence. That way, if it is, well, we know something's there. We just don't know if it's the hellhound or if it's another entity that's come along. I mean, I don't know, but something's not right by that building. You remember that night I told you the air conditioner on this side over here was on and nobody had been in that building, but that air conditioner was on that night. So it's like, things have, like, there's been knocking inside that building and it's padlocked. So if anybody's in there living, they must have a damn good place to live being locked inside a damn building, you know. Whoa, I just heard a knock in here. I see them glowing eyes too. Yep. They just went behind there. My light's starting to try to flicker. And this one is like 700 luminums plus LED. But for some reason, that last one wouldn't go out of low beam. And it didn't have a switch to go to high beam or anything. So I gave it to my grandfather to fix and told him to keep it. But this one hadn't acted up like this yet. Whoa. Who's over there? George? Vince? Little girl? And if you're an evil entity, you're not to follow me home or attach yourself or anyone in my chat or live. And that's in Jesus Christ's name. But, I don't know. It's just that building is weird now. You notice that, David? It's like ever since that night the hellhound was spotted, that building has become weird as anything. Whoa. Are you trying to say you're knocking on the building? I just heard you knock. Heard you knock again. That's crazy. I heard 2 knocks on that building right there. Something's there. I mean, we know it is. See, this building's not affected. It's that building right there. And then all stuff going forward only gets weirder. That's like the grave is lit up tonight. But I don't know. I keep seeing a black mist up there. Do you see a black mist, David? Like up on that building up there? I hear her boots all the way around me. Huh. There's something up there, and it looks like it's getting bigger, like as in the blackness is getting bigger up there. Huh. That's crazy. Yeah. And see, it came off that building up there. It didn't come off this one. It came up there. But that building has become like the target site ever since the hellhound's been spotted. And it's like things have only gotten not really weird, but awkward. You know, there's times that me and David would get the same feeling. I need to back up and, you know, just kind of take a break because there's been so many times that whatever it is trying to draw my energy. It touches my vertebrae. And the thing about it, I take my pain meds before I come out here. And it's like, as soon as I get out here, sometimes it's like something grabs my vertebrae and tries to drain my energy and my pain meds. But usually, George and them's over here. And when I come back up in this area, it's like my pain meds, when I get so far back, kick back in. It's weird as anything. And I'm one, I don't play about my pain meds are gone when they're not, you know. It's just weird how it does that. Just trying to keep an eye over here because I feel like it's trying to come on the outside instead of the inside. But whatever it is, it's just not, I don't know. The setting is not like it used to be. It used to be pretty peaceful up there. It's just whatever it is kind of targeted me, but hadn't attacked or nothing like that. It's just did things to people I love and know, you know, as in through the phone. So I don't know. It's that building though. So I hear running. I'm gonna let y'all look back that way because oh, now I see a black shadow figure up there. Is that thing coming towards me? Let's see. Is that thing coming towards me? It looks like it's just standing there. I'm trying to watch it. Yeah, it looked like it just moved too. Hold on, let me get over here. I'm trying to get around this so I can look back up there and see. I don't know if y'all can see anything, but hold on. There we go. Right up in that area. It looked like a black mist just standing there. Looked like it was moving, but now I don't see it. I see what looks like a pair of eyes out there though. Huh. I'm gonna turn the camera around in case what you call it, George or any of them follows me. Cause George usually follows me home. Like when I get towards my house, you'll notice off by the car usually that's where George would pick up. I say, yeah, I'll turn it that way. See if he comes up. Either him or Vince will come up and they'll follow me to the point right here, and then they'll go away. They'll go back over towards the trade school. I mean, I've witnessed it time and time again. Y'all can let me know if you see either one of them. Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason, David, really, I haven't went over there and trying to do what I did that night, because I know if I go over there doing that, I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself when I do that. So, you know, yeah, I mean, with the three entities in the graveyard and then the hellhound and then this new entity, we have no idea where it came from. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of, it makes you think, you know, where did it come from and how come it's there? Because it wasn't like that before that hellhound got there. And we know it's an entity because, even Rev said that last night that she felt like it was an evil entity up there. So I think it's that plus all the other stuff. And I think, yes, that night that I went up there and I got crazy, I think that put a lot of the stuff out, but ever since then I haven't done that. You know what I'm saying? I've tried to be peaceful. I've tried to go into things, not looking at things like that anymore, you know. And, I know people aren't going to understand why tonight what happened. Sorry. Move, baby. But I know, people aren't going to understand what happened tonight, as in before I went out there. But like I said, if people don't like me because of it, I could care less. If you don't want to like me or follow me because I've been a nice guy and I've asked, for people not to show up and they show up anyway, then it's kind of you're disregarding what I've asked nicely, And I'm the type of guy I'll try to be nice the first time, you know. And I've asked, and I David, you know who I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna mention names. But I asked for the person in case the other person that I has backed me, has supported me very heavy and very hard. You know, I'm not gonna lose my friendship with the person that has backed me very hard just because you can't listen to me and take me being nice in a good gesture. I mean, I've tried to be a good guy, but things like this, I mean, it may turn out to where people don't want to talk to me. If they don't, hey, big deal. I mean, I was here before you got here, and the people I knew before I got to this point knew me, like Jay, Brandon, Sal Cax, AK. I mean, you got to think, the groups I knew before, I got to this point, they're going to back me. David, I know you're a big supporter, and I appreciate it, brother. You don't even know what it means. Kitten, same way. Static, same way. Hensley, Boots, same way. You know, but I'm not going to let a little stump in the road stop me from keep going forward. Because as I've said on my live so many times, I'm not going to fake evidence. I'm not going to tell y'all something that's not real in my life or something about me. Everything I've told y'all is 100% grade A truth. I can't lie about things. I mean, I have no reason. I'm not really anybody in this world but an average guy, you know. And all I could do is try to be the best person I can. And it's like, yeah, when I start trying to be the guy that I really want to be, it's like something always gets up under me, and I'm not going to let it bother me this time. What's up, Robert? And see, that's like Robert. You know, I've known Robert for years. That's like Gersini. I've known Gersini for years. Well, Robert, he's been around for a while on his channel, and I've known him for years. You know, I mean, I don't know. Let me put my shoes up. I ain't going too far. I'm going to be right here.
What's up, Robert?
But, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know this may come off bad. And David, I want you to give your personal opinion to me. And Kitten and Robert, but why is it people get pissed when you ask somebody nicely to not come to your live? I mean, you did it in a fashion to where you didn't get mean, you didn't get forceful, and it's like they just didn't want to hear it. I mean, do I sound like the guy that I did wrong because I didn't want somebody on my panel?
First, what did they do to your in the
Huh?
first place? What did they do in the first place?
Well, all I'll say is it's a long story behind it, but as I've talked to you about, and I've seen messages, people ran their mouth to a certain person I know, and this person is liked by many people. She's not a bad person at all, but people ran their mouth and tried to make her look like something she wouldn't. And I'm the type of friend, I don't care how many people turn against me, I'm going to stick by my friend. Because this person has supported my channel and has asked other people that didn't have to come to my live to check out my live, and then they give me a shout out, you know. They didn't have to do that, you know. But I tried to do things in the right way and just asked them not to come to my live, you know. And if you, I'm sorry to say this, but if you want to shut down your live to come to mine, that's not my problem. I've asked you in a nice way, you know. And it wasn't asked by me, it was asked by somebody else, because I went to this person to ask them. I tried to do it in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one of these channels that's going to bash other people, but if I ask you not to do something, don't do it. And people can get pissed off, like I said. I'm one of these people, I can turn off my feelings real quick. My feelings can become a thing that don't affect me. I can become the person that just turns my emotions off, and y'all see me as the hard ass that don't care. But I'm not trying to be that person. When you do things the right way and it seems like nobody's listening and people won't get pissed or upset at me, I'm sorry, don't get upset at me because I asked in the right way. Now, I could have took other approaches, but I didn't. I did the things I promised everybody in my live stream I was going to try to take the right way. And that was a promise to Bubbles, David, Dave. That was a promise to all these guys that I made a promise to, that I would do the things in the right way. That's even my investigations. I would do things in the right way. I would force things to where I would get attacked or anything. You know what I'm saying? And I did this, you know. And when you do that and it's like nobody's hearing, then what am I missing? I mean, I don't understand. You know? I mean, you could be pissed off at me all you want to or whatever. If people want to stop talking to me, okay, you stop talking to me. Because, you know, true friends are always there. The wannabe friends that want to be nice women and turn off that next minute, they go and come. I've seen many of them. Trust me. Growing up on the streets, you know what it is. You've seen every kind of trick that can be played. And I'm sorry, a lot of times I think half these people are like, you know, where I grew up, I've seen people that I really thought were entities or evil or, you know, because that's the way they came off, you know. It's like they didn't have no sense of humor. They didn't. And I've tried to be the guy that can be funny, but yet I know how to be serious. Like when I go out here to do the investigation, I know I could joke for so long. But when it's serious time, it's time to buckle down and get real, because if you're not serious about something like that, you could get hurt quickly. And that's the thing, you know, I know that, and especially in the situation that's going on out there. I mean, it could be real bad if I play games and think it's all a joke, you know. But it's like I tell anybody, unless you don't believe in God or believe in the Bible or anything like that, then, you know, you don't believe in spirits, you don't believe in demons. The Bible specifically talks about spirits and demons, you know. That, yeah, you got a friend in Indonesia. That's a cool place, man. I've actually, the place I used to live back in the 90s, we had house parents, and his family was from Indonesia, and he would take a trip every time they would get a break. Like, you know, it was kind of like parents, you know. It was supposed to have been a foster or an orphanage, but technically it wasn't, because my sisters and my cousins were already there, and they let me come home. And that was at the end of 91. And I stayed there till 96. And I was graduating in 96. But if I would have been able to stay there, I could have got free college and all this. But somebody got jealous and they made up something, and things went bad from there. So, you know, when you're trying, that's my example. I did everything I was supposed to when I was in high school. I didn't mess around with girls. I didn't let stuff like that drag me down. As in, you know, the sex and stuff like that. I didn't let it drag me down. And I worried about football and soccer and my grades, which, you know, I played around, and I admit it. I played around a little bit too much. I slept in classes and stuff. But soccer and football was my main sports. And at PE, we were supposed to run a mile in under 6 minutes, I think it was. No, wait a minute, 7 minutes. Well, when I ran my mile, I think it was the second time, coach would bring out track guys to run against me because I played football. You know, he wanted to see what I could do. And one day I ran the mile in like 5:92, and the world record's like 5:32. So I was that close to breaking a world record. And I could have broke it. I mean, it's just I didn't, you know, put that extra effort into it. And I didn't want to try. Because if my name was in a book with a record, you know, I might have to live with that for the rest of my life. I don't want to live with nothing like that. I want to be the average guy Not saying I don't want better. I just want to be that average guy that people know as me. Not somebody that broke a world record or did something like that. I mean, because you've got your name underneath that record. And everywhere you go, you're going to be hunted down. Oh, that's the guy that broke. I don't want that kind of attention. I want to be known as the average guy that can walk in a restaurant and have dinner with my family or somebody and just be at peace, you know. I don't want all the attention because that attention's only going to last for so long. And then once they get tired of it, you forgot about it. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with that. We see that in every kind of sport, like wrestling. There are people that have gone into wrestling, and I know people talk bad about wrestling, but there are legitimately superstars, as in Brock Lesnar. He's been to MMA, he's been to UFC, and won the heavyweight title, beating people's butts. Okay, there's Kurt Angle. He won an Olympic gold back in the '96 Olympics. Okay, for wrestling. Okay, these guys were in the WWE, but even they said that's not no game. People get hurt. People hurt themselves doing that. There are people that go into football thinking they're this big time star, and then you see them fall off slowly but surely. You know, and it's because, like, I'll give you an example. I live in Alabama. I don't like Alabama football. I'll pull for Auburn or anybody else, even Princeton University, which is the prep school. I'll pull for them over Alabama. Anyway, that's kind of like Alabama. These stars are high school, college kids, get all this attention in college, and then once they go to the NFL, they think they're going to get all this attention. And when they don't, you see how they fall off the map. They're not known. Their name may come up once or twice. That's like Ingram from Alabama. He was supposed to be this big superstar. He fell off for a couple of years because he didn't get that attention he was driving for. And then now he's an okay player. But that's like Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith, back when he was in college at Florida, that's my favorite running back of all time. I'm not putting Walter Payton was a great running back, and I watched him as a kid. But Emmitt was always that guy that just drew attention for me. But he didn't draw it as in when he got to the Dallas Cowboys, he said, "Oh, I need attention." He didn't do that. He started off as a running back that was just trying to make it. And when he got big, he knew he was one of the biggest parts of that team. And when you are one of the biggest parts of the team and you know it, your coaches know it, and all the players know it, then yes, you're supposed to get that kind of recognition. That's the reason he laid out, you know, when they didn't want to do a deal upgrade with him, and Jerry Jones finally did the deal upgrade with him. Because Emmitt earned what he played for. But he didn't start out wanting that attention. He was a star. He proved he was a star. He didn't say, "Hey, I'm already the star. I'm going to be bigger than anybody else." No, he didn't say that. He wanted to be the best, but like he said, he wanted to compete with the best. Brock Lesnar competed with the best. Kurt Angle competed with the best. You know, and people, I know Stone Cold had a short career, but Stone Cold was nearly paralyzed. Okay. But Stone Cold was nearly paralyzed and still wrestled for years. I respect that man because he went from nearly being paralyzed to becoming the biggest superstar of all time in WWE. Why? Because he put in the work and people, there were probably people that told him he couldn't do it after the injury he had. I mean, but he didn't listen to him. You know, that's like in college. He played football, but he got tired of football and he wanted to move on. But he didn't draw that attention until once he showed people, "Hey, This is who I am. I am good enough to be this guy. You know, that's the guy I want to be. If I make it big, it's because I made it big on my own. Meaning, I made it big doing what I love to do in the field I love doing. And that's paranormal. If I make it big, I'm not going to forget anybody that supported me. I'm not going to forget anybody. But I'm not going to sell out for money to make it. I don't like money. I do not like money. My check that comes in every month, I pay bills. That's it. That's cool, brother. I pay bills with my check. That's it. After that, I could care less what I have. As long as my bills are paid, I'm good. That's cool, David. I knew y'all was still in. I just wouldn't. I knew y'all were there. I was going to ask y'all questions if y'all wanted to talk or whatever. But, yeah, like I'm saying, if I make it big, which I'm not going to leave Hensley behind. I'm not going to leave David behind or Kitten or, Rev or Boston or anybody like that. I'm going to take them along with me. And that's because you guys have backed me. And the guys that back me are the ones I'm going to take with me. The ones I don't have anything for, you're not getting nothing. You're going to get a turn away. Okay. Yeah, I figured it would start bubbling, David. That building, I promise you, every night I ask you about that building. I can walk past it, but when I start coming back by it, it may start doing that. His questions, yeah. If they want to ask questions, that's what I was talking about, kid.
Cool.
Yeah. But, I'm going to be the real guy I am. I'm not changing because people want me to be lighthearted than I am. You start doing, like me, if I become somebody else, this lighthearted guy that just forgives everybody and lets everything run by me, eventually you're going to become that guy that lets people stomp on you. And I'm not that guy. I'm not going to let people stomp on me. I'm going to have my foot in the ground. That way, when you try to take me down, you're going to have to break my leg to take me down. Because you're not going to take me down without a fight. But I'm going to have a heart to listen to people. I took Hensley's advice, David's advice, Rev's advice, Kitten's advice. Oh, she's here. You got to come up. Hi, guys. Welcome back to my channel.
Oh my God.
She's in the house.
Not again with the thing.
You can come up if you want to. We got to hear it at least one time tonight. We got to hear it at least one time. We got to hear that one time. But
She's like, oh man.
Yeah, but
you should give
like
her
I
a
said,
second.
it's just I'm not gonna put on shows. My life has never been a show. My life has always been, yeah, I could joke around stuff, but my life has been nothing but serious. I could joke about things, I can laugh about things, but when you grow up not having a father there for you, and you have to help your mom raise your kid or my sisters, then I had to grow up faster than I wanted to. But I would never take it back because that lifestyle made me a man. I learned a lot of things from my uncle, my aunt. I mean, yeah, They were brawlers. But that's what that's where I got my, aggressiveness from, is I watched them. They were the type, they'd let you run your mouth, they'd let you, but after a certain point, talking was over, Just the opinion. But, I mean, like I said, I know there may be people that don't like me after this goes down. And I'm not going to start none, because I promised you guys I wouldn't be that guy. And that is me. I do have a heart, but my heart only lingers out so much, meaning if you start thinking you're going to not hear me and stuff like that, then, I mean, yes, forgiveness is a thing. But, and now oh, goodness, David. Goodness. His Wi-Fi is acting up now. Hey, David, do you think it could be because maybe Dave, the spirit up there, is getting into it with the entity, maybe? Because we know Dave is kind of crazy, so do you think he could be getting into it with that entity? And maybe George is over there, or Vince? Oh, I ain't feeding into the drama. And you see, here she comes. There she is.
Oh.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
Where's Bootsy at?
He is
Probably
in
asleep.
bed. He's not asleep. I'm texting him, but he's in bed.
Oh, okay. Well, tell him have a good night, because I know, I think it's the Dave spirit is getting into it with that entity over by that shed. Because as we know, Dave is just, I think, kind of like you, David, I think he lost his marbles along the way. And I think he forgot to turn his mind back on. But hey, that's good. That kind of spirit ain't gonna let no entity run up on them. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's very true, Hensley. Very, very true.
David said hello.
Hello.
You come up if you want to, Bubbles. David or anybody can come up. But
Sorry, guys. I'm looking on Twitter.
Hensley and me have talked quite a bit on Twitter, also Facebook. And he's one of those guys that I respect because he's got a heart. Not only a heart, but he's got a brain, meaning he's not going to let people bash him. And, just he knows how to bear away from it, but at the same time, he's going to let you know, hey, look, this is what I said, and let it be done. But the thing about it, he's one of those guys that has backed me. Those types of people that have hearts that have backed me are the same type of person I am. I'm not going to back out on them. It's like if anything ever comes my way, I'm not going to sell out, of course, because there's too many big-time supposedly paranormal TV shows that, hey, there's a spirit here, there's a spirit there. Come on, man. You see a spirit everywhere you go? Really? I mean, that money's talking big to you, brother. You need to go back and do some research.
See, that's what Robert. Why
are you leaving the family, Hensley?
Well, that's what Boots was talking about too. Is just because now
Investigators Unite.
Yeah, because now it's because they're trying to keep it organized as best as they can, and they set some rules not to make everyone mods or whatever, and it's it's not working out. That channel's starting to become a really big mess.
Hey, Boots, what's going on?
Hey, Boots Explorers.
I
You
lost
come
my
up
headphone.
if you want to. But I agree with you guys. But look, don't give up on the channel because, like I told you guys, I've got you back. And I'll talk to Dustin. I'll text him tomorrow and just kind of tell him when he gets time to text me. And then I'll let April and Kevin know, a vacate. Let them know, hey, we need to have a family get together on live or something and talk about it. And there may be people we have to put out of the group because they're not, they want to be part of the group, but they want drama in their life too.
Yeah, in my personal opinion, I don't know every little detail about what's going on. I just kind of know the gist of it. But I feel like all the drama is it's got to stop because, like, YouTube is about, supporting people. That's what the group is about. It's about supporting people, about being there for everybody,
What else?
Everyone is supposed to be there for each other and help each other. And, like, it's turning into a whole bunch of, this person's talking about this and this person's talking about this. And now it's like, everything's, mixed up. And now it's like he said, she said. It's like everyone just needs to drop the drama, move on with their life.
Well, see what I'm talking about, like with me, my issue. Hensley's known about my issue. David's probably known about my issue. I've not changed my issue from day one. The person that backs me up, the people attacked her. And I'm not turning my back on her because she's been a big time supporter. And she's backed me. She comes to my channel. She don't get to all the time, but I will back her too. But I'm not going to let any man act like he's a big boy and go pick on a woman.
Right.
That's just something I don't agree with. I'm sorry. If you're going to pick on a woman, then you need to go elsewhere. I mean, and I tried to do things the right way. I asked plainly for this person not to come into my live feed. And then they tried to show up tonight. I did the things the right way that I was supposed to. And I promised everybody I would do things the right way. And I did. But when you keep, it's like I see you everywhere. And I mean, maybe I have to scream it to make it self-evident what I said. Yeah. I mean, I did things right way, but yet it's like nobody heard me.
Right.
And I've tried to be patient. I've tried to stay low on it. I haven't talked about it in a minute. And it's like, it's an agitation when nobody hears you. And I don't go to other people's channel trying to bash them or talk bad about them. Even the person who was trying to come in, I haven't talked bad about them. I just don't want to talk to them. That's a personal choice. That's taking the right approach. Not talking to them is better than doing something I regret,
Yeah.
And I'm always trying to do the right things.
Yeah. And that's also true because now that Boots and Hensley have this new channel, Boots is also running his main channel, his paranormal channel, and the new channel with the food channel. And he's also involved in my channel because we became a family channel. And then, Hensley has his paranormal channel and then the channel with Boots and then also the Investigators Unite. So that's 5 channels for Boots and then 3 for Hensley. So it's a lot to, take care of each channel. So that's why they were talking about it.
That's a question.
How's y'all's Knocking Boots channel doing?
I
had to ask. I had to go on the limb because
I knew it was going to happen
like
eventually.
The way Boots laughs when I say that. He's like, no.
But it's a lot to run different channels, and especially because me and Boots was talking about it earlier, and we have that family channel, which is my channel. So we just made that a family channel instead of having mine as a family channel and then a couple channel. It was just too much.
Okay, Bose.
And then also when I go on like investigations myself, I don't have a channel to put that on because I don't want to start a whole new channel. So I also share his Boots' paranormal channel with him. So when I post videos, they go on his channel. So it's a lot of channels that everyone's trying to run, and it's like adding one more channel that has a whole bunch of people on it is just, it's a lot. So that's why they were talking about just shutting down the Investigators Unite channel because they have their own shit that they got to worry about.
Right.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, that's like me doing one channel, but everybody knows what's lurking out there. It's like, I'm telling you, I've even told Kitten a million times. I've told a bunch of people a million times. It feels like I'm so drained. I mean, I know it's once every day, but it's like the things out there are trying to drain me so bad to where I'll get up, I'm fine for a minute, I'll eat, and then it's like my energy just drops again. So I understand having more than one channel. It's just, that's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's stressful. And I, especially if you're trying to run 5 channels, I was like, I can barely hold up keeping my one.
Yeah. Well, the
How
one I
can
mean is
Boots handle 5 channels for one?
Well, yeah, because he has his main channel, his paranormal channel, the new channel with him and Hensley going and trying the food, the Investigators Unite, and then, he's going to be, involved in my channel because it's a family channel, so that's 5. 5 channels he's trying to run and help control.
It's a cute family channel.
Hey, Boots and Hensley, I have an idea, possibly. Why don't y'all just stick with your main channels? That way you got that for sure. And the Paranormal Unite is just a group name, pretty much. And I understand where y'all were going with the name and the channel. But like Dustin say, it's just a group of people that is stuck together that are working together as a team. I mean, just because if you take that channel down, don't mean that AK or Southcax or none of them are going to run away. They're still going to be there, I mean, we're family. I mean, y'all know that I'm going to still have you back regardless if it's there or not. I mean, you guys have been there for me, so, I mean, you'll still have your following regardless, I mean, because I'm saying that having one channel and getting drained like I do by these spirits and entities, well, entities probably more like it. I understand what it's like,
Yeah. I just think, I don't know.
I mean, because y'all got a lot going on with 5 channels. I mean, one's good enough for me. Somebody wants to do another channel. Hey, we can pay somebody to do it for us, bro. We're gonna have to get somebody else to run that channel. But 5 channels, I mean, that's a handful, and then some. That's.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a lot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. I was so upset.
And you got your Twitter and Facebook and
and
all
Instagram
that
and because you gotta, if you once you start a YouTube, all that social media falls after it. Like me, like I put my YouTube in all of my social media, so now that I have my YouTube channel, my social media also follows in with my YouTube. And it's like, it's people will message me about YouTube. People will be like, hey, when are you posting? And
yeah. And I'll do whatever videos I have to, Hensley. I mean, if you need my content, go on the channel and get it. I mean, because you yourself and David and people like that, Kitten, I mean, y'all witnessed what I go through out there. It's not fun and games out there. So if you want to use those videos, you're more than welcome to take them and use them. I mean, because, I'm part of the family. So just, if you need them, use them. I mean, but, if it's somebody I don't know taking them and using them, then they're going to have to prove they look like me. They got a graveyard within 350 yards away from their house. Then they got buildings over here. Then the one building up there is just all kinds of crazy. And if they can do that, then I'll be glad to see that one. But I don't see nobody being able to pull that one off. But
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
more than welcome to use the videos, bro. I mean, well, I'll talk to, like I said, I know Dustin and Lisa, they work a shitload of hours. I'm going to just say it the way it needs to be said. So I'll talk to them and see what they can do. And AK and them right now, you know, they got a lot going, but they still, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind helping at all. I mean, but Dustin and Lisa, they kill themselves. I mean, literally, Lisa worked so many hours. I don't see how she does it and YouTube together, you know. But no, I mean, my stuff, as I've said, you know, Hensley, I haven't brought it up. I've tried to keep it in the back shadows, you know, and it's just like, it seemed like nobody was listening. So tonight, yeah, it came out, but it hadn't been coming out. It's just, I want to be peaceful, but, you know, I'm not going to let it get to me because my channel's not going to stop regardless if those people watch or not. I mean, you can watch or you can decide not to watch. I mean, I could really care less. And the way I see it, I'm a man. If you can't respect my decisions, as in when I ask not to talk to me or something like that, then, you know, I really don't have any other choices because I'm trying to do it in a peaceful way to where, you know, I'm not doing it in the wrong way to where, you know, I'm the guy that's causing it, you know. Yeah, I know. Carrie, you always walk in on the conversation. No, I'll explain it later, Carrie. But anyway, how you doing tonight, Carrie? Yeah, that's the reason I messaged you, Hensley, because you're one of the people I can talk to. I'll tell you the main people I talk to. It's not to say I don't talk to the others. I talk to Belle sometimes when she, you know, she's busy. So when she gets time, I'll, you know, get a message back. Um, let's see, AK, Sal Cax, Jay and Brandon. Uh, you know, but I always try to talk to somebody and see if maybe, you know, my way of doing it is a appropriate way instead of just running in there trying to bust heads, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be that guy that wants to set everything on fire. I mean, I don't want to set a fire unless I have to. And that point hasn't come, you know, and I'm hoping it doesn't have to come to that. You know, I'm trying to be peaceful and talk to people. You know, yeah, there's sometimes like the night with the entity. That's my bad side. That's the side I don't want coming out because I know when that side comes out, people get hurt, and I don't want it out.
Mm-hmm.
If you know something's a certain way, you don't want that side of you out unless you're just ruthless and don't care, you know. And I'll go on record, my uncle, he I respect my uncle, but he can be ruthless when he wants to be. And, you know, I don't want to always be like that. I don't want to be that guy because I want to be peaceful because I've gotten up in years, you know, and I know that I'm not going to be here forever. The only thing that's going to be here, say 50 years from now, is my videos. That's it. You know, but I don't want to leave behind you know, I don't want to leave behind a bad legacy. I want to be the guy that went to people and try to be honest with them and just let it be like that, you know. Haley, Robert subscribed to you. South Paranormal is Robert.
Oh, there goes and
But yeah,
there goes Haley.
but I'm not trying to piss on anybody's Wheaties. I'm trying to be myself and just enjoy what I do, you know. And I understand people are gonna get pissed, and at this point, I really, really don't care, you know. I just I enjoy my channel. I enjoy the people that back me up, like Carrie, JBD, Hensley, Boots, Haley, Kitten, Boston. You know, the list goes on and on. And I know Sal Cax and them would, but they're working all the time. I know that. And that's the reason I don't have a problem. I don't get upset and say, oh, why? You know, I mean, them guys are working, busting their ass, and I respect that. And I know they're there for me in other ways. If I need to text and talk to Dustin or Jay or Brandon, and they're there, you know. That's like you, Hensley. You've been there for me. David, I mean, you know, Belle got the others to come over to support you tonight from what I saw. Well, I'll thank her, you know. I'll thank her. I mean, because I appreciate Belle. I mean, I like Belle. You know, Belle's one of those people I respect, you know. but um but yeah, I want to be peaceful, you know. Hold on, you going to bed, Kitten? Okay, bye, Kitten. Thank you for coming, and I love you, and sleep good, and just have a good night. Appreciate you coming by. Thank you for being on the live. Um, what's going on, Jax? Yeah, I have to go thank her. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't even know she was the one that did that. I need to tell her thank you. You know, let me see. Hold on. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. I'll give Bill. I'll give Bill a thank you. How you doing tonight, Jack? But yeah. I mean, all I can do is be me. I haven't changed being me since day one, and I can't change now being who I am. You know, I'm a guy with a heart. I'm a guy that's real. You know, I'm like I've said before. I'm not going to put on a show out there and make it look like it's all there when it's not there. You know, if it's not there, I don't hear anything. And there's been times I hadn't called that much, but I called a little. You know, but well, I understand what you're saying, Hensley, but it's like I said before, one of the people, who I support. And it's like I say, Boston has been a big supporter just like you have, and David and Jax. I mean, people like those people have back me. And anybody's got a problem with Boston, then it's going to come along with it, because I'm not going to back those people that just men jumping women. I'm not going to do it. I'm not backing that. I'm not supporting it, because if I'm to support that tight, then I'm okay with a guy beating the crap out of a woman. I'm not okay with that. I mean, talking is only going to get so far. But, I'm going to let it be. I mean, like I told, and I know people jetted out of my life because of it, and I could care less. I am who I am. I mean, like I said, if the person comes up, I put my mic on mute and I'm putting the video to where my face is not seen, and they can talk about whatever they want to. It's just men jumping on women, and I don't support that, And I've seen the messages, meaning I have seen messages. So anybody says it's not true, then they're lying out their tails, I've seen the messages, and I'm not going to support them, And I'm going to leave it at that, because talking about it ain't going to get anywhere, and that's the reason I'm just going to leave it where it is. I mean, and if the following that follows that person wants following, that's fine. I mean, he must be a rock star, because some people just dropped out of my chat like that, I care less. I ain't shedding no tears because of it. I understand what you're saying, Hensley, and I appreciate your advice, brother. It's just, Boston has had my back, and I'm not going to turn against her for some people who can't keep their mouth shut. I may be hated in the long run for it, and I care less. I started it out with very few, like you, Carrie, David. There was very few that came the first few times that I was there. PLE, I was in PLE's live when this was going on, like me doing the cemetery, and then I went to Rev. And if it causes friendship, then between people, hey, so be it. Because if it does, it wasn't a friendship to begin with, you know. I mean, that's cool, and I understand where you're coming from, but I'm gonna let it rest, and the person I have on block, that way I ain't got to talk to them, and things don't escalate. That's the best way to go about it. Just not say anything at all to them. I mean, I could talk to you guys, because y'all have been there for me. Y'all talked to me. Y'all gave me opinions and advice. But I'll say this: even last night when you and Static was playing around, I knew y'all were playing, so that was okay. That was playing. But I know you're not the type of person to jump on her, literally jump on her, because you feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, it would have been different if you went back and apologized to the person, but but my biggest supporters have been you guys. Yeah, I seen your video, brother. That was a good video. That EMF radio or the thing went off right as that woman walked up to that bush or whatever. It was going crazy. Oh, bro, he sent me that video. That video is awesome. Where he did the interview. Yeah, I watched that this afternoon. Yeah, I liked it also because it was good. But yeah, I mean, I support, you know, I like Jay and Brandon, AK, uh, Soundcats, you, Boots, you know. I don't mind supporting people. That's cool, but that's awesome. And the group has gotten bigger. It's just I have to set aside talking to people because, like I said, I want things to be done in the right way because I don't want to be that guy that was in the cemetery that night getting pissed off at an entity. I want to be peaceful. I want to do my channel without the hassles and bothers, you know. And, y'all probably see a post on Twitter after I do my live because I'm going to make it self-evident. If you don't like me because I don't feel a certain way about some people, then you'll get over it. Life goes on with or without you. I believe that way because when that song came out, Life Goes On, I took it when my son died. I took it because, you know, I didn't think life would ever go on. I thought that was it. I was done for, you know, and I learned that life does go on with or without the people. But, all right, Hensley, you try to get some good night's sleep, brother. But know that I'm here for you, brother, and I love you, brother. Um, but yeah, that's like, like I will say, I have bigger worries than that. I got one of the people that backs me up, been there for me, even at a time I was not wanting to be here. She's working around the COVID all the time, so yeah, it has me on high alert. You know, but they have people dying, and then she's all the time working, and it's like she's my family. Meaning, you know, if I need to talk and talk about anything, she's always been there to talk to. If I need to, she's been one of the ones I have cried to. And I don't cry many times, but when I do, it's something that's really bothered me. And I'll tell you the not weirdest, but one of the things that happens. August 29th, 1988, or 1998 is when my son died. Or when he was born, excuse me. When he was born. That day forward, I was in his room every day. They had to run me out of the room. That's how, but I took my son for granted. And you always hear, don't take things for granted. And I took him for granted. And when he passed, hard wouldn't work. There's never been anything in my life more difficult than dealing with it. But I took him for granted. I always thought he'd be there, at least make it 18, 20 years old. You know, uh, yeah, yeah, that's what I've seen somebody else do that too, JBD. I don't know who said that, but I've got who it was. There was like a few people on Twitter, yeah, did something, not exactly like that, but something sort of like that. But no, my son's death was probably the hardest thing I will ever witness in my life. This corona right now is not even a touch of what I was feeling after my son died. The corona ain't even a touch on it. You know. Oh, okay. I know I've seen it somewhere before. And I was like, okay, I've seen it somewhere. But yeah, and then moving on in life, or behind when I had my car wrecked, I was on deathbed, and it's like God told me to get my ass up and get moving. And I started moving, and I had to relearn how to walk on my right leg, because the motor came through and cut my leg open. But even through all those struggles, everything I've been through, you know, things have gotten better over the years. And it's just got to be strong, keep moving forward. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not trying to play games or stick in one area, because my paranormal is what keeps me going besides my family, like JBD, Hensley, Boston, all you guys that support me, Carrie, Boots, all you guys that really support me. You're one of the main reasons. And I'll say this, Angel, she works her ass off, but she supports me in so many ways. And I even tell her, I can't thank you enough. I mean, I've been close to death a few times, and you know, always come out doing better. I don't know, but that's my main purpose in life right now, is to be happy and to do my paranormal. You know, and any little roadblocks or little bumps, speed bumps in the road, I just run over it and it smushes it out. Keep going. You know. Oh, JBD, it's fine, brother. The anger management uh, teacher, or whatever you want to call it, he was a preacher. And like he told me, if I didn't talk about it, it was going to kill me or somebody else. And it literally was. It was literally going to kill me or somebody else. Because I used to go in bars and knock the crap out of people just for the hell of it. That's the point I was at, the mad spells I was at. But, it got better by me talking about it. So, and then, I always grew up thinking I'd be married forever, and it wasn't happening. Yeah, I've been through two of those. But, you know, I had to learn that, not all women are the same. Just like a lot of women learned that not all guys are the same. Yeah, a lot of guys and women do a lot of bad things, but I will never betray, the friendship of people. I will never turn my back on people that are really my friends or people that support me. on my channel. Never. And, you know, that's just the way it goes. And I know people ran in on the conversation, but I'm not going back into it because no need to. No need to talk about it. You know, I'm just trying to not talk about it and be done with it. You know, I don't know. You know, the way I see it, if people want to cry about it, they cry about it. I'm not going to shed a tear about it. That's me. You know, and it's like when I pray a lot of times about forgiveness to God, like I tell him, I know that I don't deserve his forgiveness. I don't deserve things like that. But he gives it to us freely. And it's like I always tell him, I am a sinner and I do wrong. I can admit when I do wrong, you know. But, you know, but that's just the way things are with me. And I don't know. That's like family problems. I settle family problems different than a lot of people would. I mean, my own family, there's some people I will not talk to, do not wish to talk to them. And I'll probably go to my grave not talking to them. You know, it's not being mean. I'm just trying not to drag out the problem. Or I'm not trying to, I guess, be childish and try to talk to the person and the same mess keeps happening over and over. I'm not trying to do that, bro. But, you know, I'm just trying to be peaceful and leave things alone that need to be left alone, you know. But like I said, you know, y'all probably get a tweet after I get through here. And I'm just going to let them know that, you know, who's still here tomorrow that, you know, backs me is fine, and who don't, that's fine too. I mean, life goes on. I know I'm not talking to none of you guys in the chat by any means. I'm just saying. I'm just one. I have to let it be known either. You know. You know. It's like Carrie. I respect Carrie. She's been through a hell of a life, and there's certain people. When she was telling me what was going on, I just owned them too. I mean, I just didn't want a part of it. And she knows who I'm talking about, but I'm not going to mention no names. But she's been through a hell of a life, and I'm not going to turn against her and say, oh, yeah, I'm friends with this person now. I ain't trying to do all that. Because that'll cause friendships between the people that really are your friends. And, you know, I would say this, forgiveness for people used to be a priority back in the day when people actually knew, yeah, yeah. Oh, but I don't know what I'm I'm trying to think what I was saying. That's like, I'll take my real dad. We didn't get along. We didn't get along at all. He was a military type guy. Thought he was all knowing and so forth, so on, and kept trying to tell me how to live my life. And I was like, look, I'm a grown man. You ain't gonna sit here and tell a grown man how to live his life, you know. And I mean, he was trying to tell me. And you know, we were never on good terms. But when he got cancer, he went back for his to find out if he still had it, and they found out he had brain cancer. So when I found out he had brain cancer, yeah, I had sympathy for him. I knew he was going through a painful thing, you know. But we did we talked a little bit more, but we still didn't like, yeah, you know, forget about the past and stuff like that. But the one thing I do regret is when he did die, you know, he died the next day. I talked to him that night. The one thing I didn't do that I should have done was tell him I loved him, because I knew he was going through a hell of a lot of pain that day, you know. But I didn't, and, you know, I have to live with that now. So, you know, it's one of those things, you know, God to get me for it, and that'll just be one of them things he'll have to judge me upon when the day comes, you know. But, you know, I live my life knowing that tomorrow, or even if I make it tomorrow, I could wake up, walk outside, a plane could fall out of the sky and hit me and kill me. I know that. That's the way I live my life. Expect the unexpected. Because me living that way has always kept me with my eyes peeled to make sure the bad things usually, I'm not saying I could stop them, but I could keep my eyes peeled, make sure, you know, things weren't awkward. Like if I could see something coming, you know, I make sure I get out of the way, you know. But yeah, you know, but, you know, I'm just trying to let things be peaceful and go out the way they do, you know. I'm not going to fuss with anybody. I'm not going to ask anybody that is his friend or whatever not to come to my side if they don't want to. They ain't got to. If they want to, that's fine. But, you know, that's the way I look at it. If you want to be one sided, that's fine. I mean, I have no problem with that. Because, you know, true friends, they're never hard to find for me. I ain't got to worry about that. I'm a realistic person, been real since day one. It's never hard for me to find friends if I want to find friends, because they will always see who I am. I mean, that's like when I go out here to do the paranormal, anybody sees, I'm not trying to put a show on. If I hear something, I'll let you guys know. Did y'all hear that? Or, you know, if I hear something moving, you know, or if anything's off, hey, did y'all, you know, like David, I always ask David, hey, David, did you feel that? Or did you see that? Or Carrie, did you feel that or see that? Ancient, you know, people that can sense like that. Or I even ask JBD if he's in the comments, you know. I'll ask them guys, hey, what did y'all feel what I'm feeling? You know, because my feeling may be a little bit different than what they're feeling at the time. But, you know, I just, I'm getting too old to be you know, acting like a juvenile about things. Because if I do them right the first time, and if a person here didn't hear it or see it, then that's not on me. I could go to bed peacefully that night and know I did the right thing, and I'm happy about it. You know, and like I've said, you know, I'm not losing a friendship with somebody that supports me over somebody that wants to try to support me. You know, there's a big difference. But people feel how they feel. And me, I'll say this. I know sometimes I can be a hard ass and I can put up my guards against things, but at this moment, I'm not trying to be a hard ass. I'm not trying to be the bad guy. I'm not trying to do things the wrong way. You know, I'm trying to be peaceful about things and not talking about anything is the best way to do it. You know, I can't stay on the same subject because there's no reason to stay on the same subject. You know, in paranormal, we know that out here it's done got weird. It's got uh, weird ain't the word for it. It's gotten David. What's a good word for what's going on in the cemetery and stuff now? It's not weird. It's what's that word I'm looking for? You'll probably say it as I'm thinking it too. Um, it's it's mysterious right now. That would be my word because there's so many things going on left or right. You know, I mean, I mean, especially when you're hearing footsteps all the way around you, and it's like it picks up when you go near a building, or even not that far from the building, and it's like you hear running all the way around you, and you hear running in the cemetery, you hear walking over in the cemetery. It's like even if the speaking and stuff is not real heavy, the running and the walking is always heavy. It's always heavy. And you know, but I love it though. I know a lot of times it's a risk of going out there for different reasons because there's so many things out there to where from one night to the next you don't know what you're gonna get. You know, at first it was we knew we were what we were gonna get. We were gonna get the little girl, get George, and get Vince. Now it's like you don't know what you're gonna get. It's a whole different ball game. But I love that though. It keeps me on my toes. But but yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be at peace with everything, you know. And how I deal with things is gonna be different than how the next man deals with things, you know. That's them. And with my own family, I deal with them. Actually, I'm probably harder on my own family than I am anything. You know, but that's the way that goes. Because I'll say this, criticism is the best. It gives you a reason to strive even harder. I know I get criticism in life, and that's okay. That's part of life, you know. And it don't bother me to get criticism. I take it with a smiling face and I'm like, okay, and I listen to people, you know. But on how I do it may be a different approach than other people. Would I recommend somebody go to that? As I've said, anybody who wants to come and do the cemetery, they're more than welcome. I've offered. People can come all they want to. They'll see what I see and hear what I hear. And I mean, it's not. I know y'all know it's not a playground. It's not a place to go out there. I mean, we could joke, but then there's a certain point that, I get serious because I know that I have to be serious because things lurking, things creeping up on me. I mean, there's all kinds of things. And now with this new spirit, Dave or whatever, I mean, like David said, he kind of lost his marbles in ways, you know. This spirit has, and that's like David's Wi-Fi went crazy, and I asked him. I said, "Well, do you think David got into it with the entity that's up by that building? Because it seems like Dave don't care. Dave don't care if you're an entity or what, you know. If you're bugging him, it seems like he's gonna show you somehow, some way that he's there. I mean, so it could have been that. I don't know for sure, but I don't know though. It's just I don't know. But yeah, like I said, you know, for those that you watch, I mean, I appreciate all the times y'all do watch and all the times y'all do come over. And, I know what I was talking about a little bit ago, it'll probably drive a wedge down people's things, but don't bother me. I mean, I ain't expecting nobody to choose sides. I don't want nobody to have to choose sides. That's not the way I roll. Well, I'll put it this way. How can I put it? It's like I, said the other night when Rev was in and I was going to the cemetery. Like I told her, the reason I don't rush up in there is I know they're there. But if I rush up in there, the one that's trying to draw me in, one can come from the side, one can come from the back, so forth, so on, and then I'm trapped. And the one thing I don't want to do is try to trap one of them and make them feel like, you know, they're being trapped and they can't move because that's going to make things worse. So I want to be able to stay at a distance and talk to them. If they want to make a sound or something, hey, more power to you, you know. But yeah, I think that it could turn a lot more serious if, say, somebody goes out there and playing around in that graveyard and not knowing what's there, yeah, it could turn out bad for somebody. And that's the thing. These people, there's a lot of people in this town that don't think. They don't think. And the first time they go out there in that graveyard and they start playing around with it, all hell could break loose. And see, that's one of the things I don't know is who's been out there the night before me. You know, I mean, but it will always show itself no matter what it is. It will always show if it's angry, if it's whatever. And they usually get angry, as you guys know. Like when I go in the cemetery and I start walking back across the road, there's like growls and stuff like that come out of it. Well, David, I'll tell you this, brother. If it's a huge cemetery and the cemetery blocks are big enough for a human to hide behind, just a bit of advice I would take somebody with me just in case, to be your eyes behind the scenes. That way, if they see something, you can be their eyes behind them. You know, that would be my advice. Because if that graveyard was bigger and the stones were big enough for somebody to actually hide behind or get behind, yeah, I would actually take somebody out there with me. Because if it growls, it could be a regular spirit that's pissed off. It could be that kind of spirit, or it's an entity. No, with a hellhound, it's going to be totally different. I already know that. Since I've witnessed this hellhound, it growls, but it's a different growl than the regular entities. The hellhound, actually, David, you know the night that I told you that I felt like something was charging at me and growling in front of my face? I think that may have been that hellhound, because it's like it was rushing up on me and getting in my face and growling. But it wasn't touching me. It was just getting in my face and growling. Like, I guess it was trying to draw me to do something, you know. And that night I witnessed it 3 times, and then I went out by the sign and I heard 2 more growls. So, but the entities, you can usually tell their growls. They're kind of, I don't know, they're kind of distinct in their growls. Yeah, I would take an extra person, like besides you, take one other person or something. Well, there are spirits that are pissed off. And, you know, that's like I talked to you about, Bubbles. That lady that was there, Rachel or whatever, she may have got pissed off because something was moved and she scratched you or whatever, you know. May have been that point. I don't know. Yeah. But see, I proved that too. The what David just said, spirits occasionally growl too. Like when I walk out of that cemetery, you would hear growls, but it wouldn't be like an entity growl, like it was evil growl. It was just a growl. Just, I guess, because they were upset because I was leaving the cemetery and they didn't have nobody to talk to. You know, there's been times that that's happened. So yeah, spirits growl too. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. And as we know, this graveyard is super pod weird, or not weird, just yeah. But bro, if there's 3 or 4 of them out there, you know, you don't know what they got or anything. Is what I'm saying. I mean, you know, in martial arts, that's good. I'm just saying, if there's more than one, you know, because people that do rituals, there's a group of them usually. and they're usually all scattered out sometimes. I mean, we've seen videos of different explorers where they ran up on things and heard people moving around and stuff. That's kind of what I'm talking about. I ain't saying that, you can't defend yourself. I'm just saying that there may be more than one, more than, you know, it takes to defend them off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah, that graveyard has been a blessing in disguise. And the reason I say a blessing in disguise is because when I started my channel on the investigating part, I thought I was just going to go out there, nothing, so forth, so on. And the first night it was like that. There was nothing. And I was in the dark. I didn't have a flashlight with me. And I went back there where the other graveyard was too, but nothing. Then the night after that, it's like, or the, you know, when the little girl started making herself known. Okay, well, that's good, brother. I just want you to be safe, bro. But yeah, um, and being a bigger graveyard, brother, the only thing I can kind of say is entity wise, which, if there's too many of them, I just kind of, watch corners with them, you know, because in bigger graveyards, there's probably going to be more of them than just the few that's over there. You know what I'm saying? On entities, not humans, but actual entities. And I'll say this: they could be like poltergeists. You know, if they're poltergeists, you know what they could do. They could do just about anything. We could do pick up stuff, throw stuff. You know, and that's the thing. When it's a evil spirit, you don't know if it's a poltergeist type or just the type that can scratch you or whatever like that. You know. But the poltergeist, they're a whole different ball game. That's one reason so far I'm fortunate enough not to run up on a poltergeist, because that would really make things real weird out there. It's having a poltergeist out there. All right. Okay. Well, that's good, bro. But yeah, the poltergeist, that's one thing I'm glad I haven't run up on, because those things can be dangerous, very dangerous. That's the reason I'm glad it's just been what it's been so far. Because I can't imagine a poltergeist out there. Because that'd be some dangerous mess out there. Trying to picture something like that out there, I just can't imagine it. Oh, the two entities out there? Yeah, the one I got into it with, he got pissed off like he wanted to do something. And it's like I was all up in his face and stuff. And he didn't want to do nothing, you know. But the big one out there, you can get the sense that I'm not going to do what I did that night, because he's the one that could really do some damage, you know. Not saying the other two couldn't, it's just the other one, yeah, it's kind of a more serious factor. But I think if anything popped off, I think Dave is going to be that spirit that kind of snaps on him, you know, because I don't know, he's watching me, and it's like I can hear him walking close to me, but I think, George may have had a talk with him, so if he did, that means I've got one that's kind of out there. Oh, yeah, that's good too. To have the people that ain't got it, that can be crazy. Yeah, it's always good to have people like that. I'm not going to say anything different because, you know, but, but yeah, my space on my neck starting to hurt. My neck, where they did surgery, starting to hurt, and that's weird. It ain't felt like that in a minute. I wonder tonight when I kept telling you I heard something whisper like on my ear, if it touched me because it's kind of sore or hurts, and it hadn't been doing that, so I don't know. It's not a scratch. That's where it did surgery at. So, you know, just kind of makes me wonder. Maybe it touched me. Maybe it was just Dave. Maybe he saw it and. But yeah, tomorrow I'll probably do a daytime live and go through the cemetery again. Um, because not tomorrow, but the following day I got to be at a friend's house at 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Good night, Benny. Good night, Bubbles. Um, but yeah, I got to be over there at 8 to 12, so I kind of got to, do do a daytime one later today. So I think I'll do that, walk through the cemetery and stuff like that, and just get the feel of during the daytime. Because last time I could feel, spirits around, but I want to just kind of get a grip on, walk back there by that other cemetery and see if maybe I'm getting a stronger feeling back there. But yeah, I do that. Yeah, I know. I know. Every time I feel, not tonight, but I can feel it grab my vertebrae trying to drain me. And like I said, I get up, I'm fine for a minute, and it's like my body starts trying to shut down. But yeah, I'm gonna do it during the daytime and see what my feel is back there towards that other graveyard, and just see if that big entity kind of gives us a sign that it's there. I mean, me going on the left side may be kind of dangerous. I mean, we'll have to see. If I start getting that feeling that something's wrong or something's not right or my back starts, that's when I'll kind of ease back but not take off. But I'll probably do it like in the afternoon because, like I said, the next morning I got to go over there and be over there from 8 to 12. So while I'm over there, I'm going to download the movies I got on my iTunes, download them to the phone. That way I don't have to re-download them when I get this one looked at. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do a daytime, but I'll let y'all know for sure when. But I may go ahead and get off so I can get some sleep, so I can get up and do a good live tomorrow. Stay on for a few hours at the cemetery or whatever, unless my battery drains real quick. But I guess I'll do that. But I appreciate all you guys coming and all you guys support me. I thank all y'all. Like I said, I'll send out the notification when I get ready to go do it. But I love all you guys. Thank y'all for coming. And thank y'all for being supporters. Thank you. But I love all you guys. Y'all have a good morning, good night. But I'll holler at y'all later when I do the afternoon one. But I'll talk to you later, David and JBD and anybody else is in here. But I'll talk to y'all later, though. And y'all have a good night, good morning.